in. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor of 15 years, and I'm a certified life coach, and I want to help everyone heal from narcissistic abuse. You're waiting in line to get your kids. I just dropped my kids off, and now I'm just going to be hanging out until I have to pick up my little one from preschool. So I figured I'd stop and have a Starbucks and say hi to everyone. Chris Gritty's in the house. What's up? Aloha, Chris. So we're going to talk a little bit today about how to spot a narcissist. I know some people have been asking me, like, what are the red flags? How do we know we're with someone who's toxic or abusive? And kind of like what we can do to protect ourselves. And I want to know, anyone who's in the chat, obviously if you follow me, if you're new here, I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a narcissistic abuse coach, and I kind of help people deal with some of the toxic people in their life, setting boundaries and finding red flags and all that sort of stuff. But I want to hear from you. What has been the biggest thing? Hi, Elle. What's been the biggest thing that was like a blaring red flag for you? And thank you for all them likes. I appreciate you. What's been the biggest thing for you? And feel free to ask any questions. I have an hour to kill, so we're going to have a good live today. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. The lying, yes. That is definitely one thing. Dishonesty is one thing that narcissists have to absolutely do to get you to believe their mask, right? Watching them lie to others and then thinking that they'd never lie to you. That is something that I've actually had to deal with. And that part's tough. That part sucks. Rushing everything, love bombing. Yeah, most narcissists are selfish. They're short term. They want everything now. They want everything right away. They don't put the effort into building something with you. They want something that they can get right now, right? They want to see the results right now. So yeah, they do rush. They do love bomb. Expressing my feelings and being called manipulative for it, right? Isn't that funny? So you know what's really interesting about that? You know why they call you manipulative for expressing your own feelings? Because they're manipulating you. When they express their feelings, when they appear to look absolutely sad, devastated, when they're crying, when they're sharing their trauma, when they're telling you all of these things about their life, and they appear to look vulnerable. They appear to look like they actually, need you to feel a certain way. They're telling you a sob story. They're doing it to manipulate you. They're actually doing that shit to manipulate you. So of course, when you start to share your feelings, or when you cry, do you notice how a narcissist gets so pissed at you for sharing emotion? They call you manipulative. Why? Because they manipulate you in their weird, twisted mind. They think that because you are sharing a true, raw, genuine, vulnerable emotion, they actually think you're manipulating them. That's why they call you manipulative. Because they do that shit to you. Isn't that wild? Never feeling validated. Absolutely, you'll never be validated by a narcissist. No consistency. Oh, that's a big one. The most inconsistent people on the planet. And thank you, Megan, for the love badge. Guys, if you do want to subscribe, it just tells me that I need to go live more often. So if you do want to subscribe to my channel, to my lives, just go ahead and go to this subscription star and hit subscribe, and it just tells me that you want me on here more. They defend those double standards 100%. They get mad and say how we feel, right? It's always your fault for hurting. Yeah, they're going to blame you for everything. Absolutely everything. My ex always said that they had a chance. Ooh, get some whipped coffee for my whipped coffee. My ex said that I had a chance, that I had to change for him, but he didn't block me. And if he didn't block me and said we are done. Caring more about what others think, but not what you think. Yep. Recently, I had a guy I started to spend time with and lied, and I caught it. Good job. Good job. Hate how he throws everything in my face when I'm going to leave, like, fuck, then go and he doesn't. Yep. Sorry, I'm just catching up on all the comments. Love the hat. If you do want to pick up a narc-free hat, you can check the link in my bio under my merch, and I have narc-free hats. I also have Love is a Verb hats, shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and tumblers. So you can go check out and it's a snapback too. So it'll fit anybody. It's unisex as well. These are great. These are great. Narc-free, living narc-free. And if you want a little coffee mug that says narc-free on it, you can get your coffee with narc and sugar-free. Sugar and narc-free. I always know when my baby daddy is lying before he even lies. You just know, right? You just know. I know he's a narcissist, but I still took him back. He just walked out on me again. We have to be really careful with narcissists because they know exactly when to discard us. They know exactly when to discard us. So the cycle of a narcissist kind of goes like this. They start to love bomb you in the beginning of a relationship. They get you trusting them. They might even share their childhood trauma or maybe even embellish their traumas with you. You know, they'll probably do this kind of like mirroring technique where they will almost copycat you to a T. Like, you know, they're sitting there studying your moves. They're studying your every move. They're studying the way you speak. They're making it up on the fly. You know, they're starting to create this image, this like vision where you look as if you're looking at your soulmate. You're looking at your counterpart. You're looking at someone who's exactly like you. And so they'll start to like mirror all of those qualities. Right? They straight up create something from nothing and they create it on the fly. Exactly, Chris. They get to this point where they're like watching you and studying you. And especially if you have a social media presence, especially if you are sharing a lot about yourself, they'll pick all of those up and they'll put it in the bank for later especially if it's trauma, they're going to use that to weaponize. You're going to weaponize your trauma against you. You know? Oh, you're not mad about what I did. You're just upset because you had that fight with your mom. Or maybe that's just because your mom has a history of depression. That's why you're feeling down right now. That's nothing to do with me. Right? They're going to use those traumas against you later. So they do this it is improvisational method acting for sure. Right? They do this to gain your trust. They do this to give you this feeling of belonging. They're really good at it. They're really good at manufacturing those feelings. And they also put you on a pedestal. They build up this pedestal in the idealization phase where they make you feel like you are the best person in their entire life. Oh, Ro, you're the best narcissistic abuse coach I've ever met. Oh, Ro, you're so awesome at what you do. You inspire me. You've taught me everything I need to know. You're the best at this. You're the best at that. And then over time, this pedestal that they build you up on, they start to knock it down. They start to devalue you and make you question your reality. The gaslighting begins. They start to deny things that they said, things that they did. They start to say that everything that is an insult to you is just a joke. I was just kidding. Just a joke. I didn't mean it. Like, obviously I was kidding, right? And another absolute words. Oh, you're the best at this. You're the best at that. I've never felt like this before. I've never, ever been in love like this. I've never met anyone like you. Right? We were meant to be. And anyone's dating online, be aware of the signs Coach was talking about. Yes, dating online is one of those things. It's a really easy place for people to fall prey to these people who are just like sifting through supply, right? The best, always, never, completely, forever, so on. Exactly. These are all absolute words. And these are going to be a way that a narcissist makes you feel on top of the world. You might not even be really realizing it, and all of a sudden you're built up on this pedestal, and the higher you go, the harder you fall. So when they start to devalue you and they put you in these positions where you're like, I want to get back to that high again. It's like being addicted to heroin. Like, you get that first hit and I don't know what this, I'm just saying this obviously from, you know, what I hear, but if you get that first high and it feels so good and the rush is so strong and so wonderful, and then you get what appears to be love again, but it's not as good, you're going to be chasing that first high. You're going to be wondering, why can't I please them the same way I used to? How come I'm not enough for them anymore? What did I do wrong? They might even punish you with the silent treatment. And then when you get the silent treatment, you're sitting there wondering, well, what the hell did I just do? Like, I don't even know what I did. You're sitting there. It's torture. It's emotional torture trying to figure out what you did wrong to get this attitude for no reason, right? And then you get this period of calm where things seem like okay, and they give you a little breadcrumb of hope. They kind of tell you, you know, I love you, or they might surprise you with roses one day, or take you out to a fancy dinner and be really nicely connected to you, only to start the cycle again. So this is just kind of like another love bombing cycle, and then you're back. And this is the cycle of abuse that happens with narcissists. Now, they do discard you, and what I was saying earlier to the woman that was discarded, watch and be careful with certain narcissists. They will discard you when you're at your lowest. If you feel like something isn't right, if you feel like there's a red flag, if you feel like you're with someone who's a liar, if you feel like someone who is not genuine, or someone who isn't who they say they are, and you find out they're not really for you, and you feel the strength because you're coming up and you're doing well to discard them, do it. Get rid of them if safe to do so. I know that there's some areas where there's like physical abuse happening and it's not so safe to just leave. But if you can safely leave or safely make a plan to leave, do it. Because you know what's going to happen? If that narcissist finds out that you're ready to go, or that they can successfully hoover you back in and keep you in, when you lose your job, when you are sick, when you are suffering from loss, if you've lost a loved one, if you are down on your luck, or if there's anything happening in your life that you are feeling low, that's when they'll discard you. That's when they'll leave you. Right when you think you can rely on them. And they promise you, they make promises to you, like, you can rely on me, I will protect you. That's when they discard you. So if you feel the strength to discard them, do it. And don't look back. Yes, all is another absolute. I was getting over him and he came back and I couldn't give up on 20 plus years. Yeah, they do that. They say, look what everything we've been through. Look at everything we've been through. How can you throw this all away after everything we've been through? No, it's not everything we've been through, fool. It's everything you put me through. They put you through so much, right? They put you through so much. And then they say, we were in this together. The ex that I married, he used to say to me in therapy, he'd say, you know, we are in an abusive cycle. We were not good to each other. We were really toxic. We always made each other feel worthless. We always said heinous things to each other. We. Everything was we. He never took accountability for anything. Right? They will do that. They will make you feel partly responsible for your situation, for the situation that you got stuck in. And I'm going to tell you something. I know that there is this narrative that is happening in our healing where we do have some level of responsibility. We have to sometimes look at ourselves and wonder why we got stuck with a narcissist, or why we got stuck in an abusive situation. And we talk about codependency. And we also talk about needing a sense of belonging, because maybe we grew up without a sense of belonging. Maybe we grew up in abusive cycles and we ended up finding a partner who was abusive because of our abusive parents or because of abusive situations, right? But I want to tell you something. It is not our freaking fault. You know, hi, Chantel's in the house. What's up? I don't want you to think that there was a level that you had that makes you responsible for the abusive dynamic you were in. There's absolutely no reason, other than the fact that maybe you're strong, independent, you have values, you have behaviors, you have attributes that the narcissist wanted from you. And so they found you in strength. I have a lot of clients tell me, oh, you know, maybe it's because I was too weak. why they sought me out. No, they didn't seek you out because you were weak. They seeked you out because they wanted to suck all of that good energy from you. And sometimes we question ourselves. We are not responsible for the abuse. We are responsible for healing from it. Today is the day to level up. Guys, if you don't follow Canada's dating coach, I would recommend you go follow Chantel. She's awesome. No More Assholes. Her book literally saved my life. My dating life, anyway. And, you know, there's going to be some times in your life when you're healing from this type of abuse where you're going to want to step out into the world and date again. I know it's scary. I've written a course called Healthy Dating After Abuse that you can find on narcapp.com. So if you want to go take a look at narcapp.com, it's a community of people who are healing from narcissistic abuse, created by a self-aware narcissist who I do trust. So it's a community of like-minded people. If you want to go check out that community, it's an amazing group. And my Healing Healthy Dating After Abuse is on that. And I know it's scary out there. You're not going to avoid a narcissist. I will tell you this. You won't avoid a narcissist. It's not going to happen. You can't. But you can identify red flags. And you can have the strength to say, bye. Or as Chantel likes to say, bye, motherfucker. Right? And get rid of someone who you realize is a liar and who you realize is not for you and isn't who they say they are, right? We can't avoid narcissists. They're fucking everywhere. They're literally all over the place. It's funny how narcissists say, you're never going to find anyone like me. You won't find anyone like me. My ex used to say this all the time. He used to say, you're never going to, you know, I'm so unique, because one of the behavioral traits, there's 9 behavioral traits of narcissism. One of them is feeling special and unique. They think they're so special and unique. You can literally find one down the block. I bet you I could walk. I'm at my children's school right now, but I bet you I could walk down this street, knock on a door. By the time I get to at least the 5th door, I'm going to find a narcissist. I bet. Because they're literally everywhere, because the society perpetuates narcissism. The app is called narcapp.com. You can find it on the website. That's the point. We don't want to. We don't want to find anyone like us. He used to say to me, no one will ever love you like I love you. Well, good, motherfucker, because I don't want anyone to love me the way you love me, because you never did love me. You just used me. So the point here is, I don't want you to feel like you're stuck, that you'll always be hypervigilant, that you'll always find another narcissist, and that you're destined to be with toxic people. I don't want you to think that your picker is off. Build your instincts so that you could see someone for who they are, and when you recognize them, you can ditch them. That's what I want you to build. I want you to build the instinct to be able to see them for who they are. People who are genuine aren't going to love bomb you and manipulate you. These are the red flags we were talking about. People who are genuine and healthy in your life aren't going to create chaos and dysfunction in your life. People who are genuine are going to take the time to build something with you. They're not going to force you into relationships. They're not going to tell you that they're your soulmate, because that's manipulation. Jen Marie's in the house. People who are genuine are going to learn about you without any benefit to them. Like they are going to learn about you because they're genuinely interested in who you are. People who are genuine share with you their stories, share with you a real story. They're not going to sell you a sob story, right? And Chris is a coach too, guys. So I have a couple of amazing coaches in the room that we're all here helping you get out in the world to be free and fully self-expressed. And that's the whole point of all this. When a narcissist finds out When a narcissist finds you and seeks you out, when they get you in their grips and they lock you in with manipulation, they lock you in with a baby, they lock you in with marriage, they lock you in financially. These are 3 ways that a narcissist will trap you, right? Once they have you trapped and they have you and you get stuck in this narcissistic cycle, if you don't know what you're experiencing, if you get stuck in cognitive dissonance because you don't really understand why one day they say they love you and the next day they're cheating on you. You don't understand why one day they say they're going to protect you and the next day they're the most dangerous person you've ever met. You need protection from, right? You don't understand why one day you feel safe with them because of the words that they say, and the next day you need safety, right? You feel very unsafe. That's cognitive dissonance. That is a literal mind fuck. Plus all the future faking, exactly. So when we get stuck in here, we question ourselves. We get stuck in this space where our self-expression is completely trapped in a cage and we cannot get out of this cage. We are so stuck in this cage and our authenticity gets squashed because we no longer know who we are. It's okay that this happens. Can you repeat the 3 things that a narcissist does to trap you? Yes, they trap you with a baby, they trap you in marriage, and they trap you financially. So they might, convince you that, hey, let's have kids. Sometimes there's even some SA involved where there's uninformed consent or they stealthily remove the condom, which happened in my case. Marriage, which is something that they future fake. And sometimes you're the main supply. Narcissists have different types of supply. Sometimes you're the main supply. You're the one they want to marry. And then they have all this side supply everywhere else. And then the 3rd thing is financially. Let's buy a house together. Hey, I have this great business opportunity. We're going to make all this money. If you do love the cap, you can pick one up on my Beacons link. I do have merch and these narc free hats. I created these narc free hats so you can pick one up and be part of the narc free community. They lie and they cheat constantly. Yes. So those are the 3 ways that they trap you. Once they get you in their grips and you're stuck in this cycle and you're having a hard time getting out, right? You will be squashed down. Your self-expression will be diminished. They like to devalue you and make you feel really tiny, really small. And the second you're able to come out and climb out of it and maybe break this cycle, maybe break the trauma bond, which is something that we do experience in these cycles. As a coach, I can help you with that. Coaches on this platform who deal with trauma-informed coaches, or any type of coaches that's going to help you just move forward in your life, can help you with this. Once you get out and live in this side of freedom, you're allowed to become self-expressed, trust yourself again, and find real love, or find what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. Why do they neglect their kids and then punish you? Because they only care about themselves. Almost every single why question, okay? Why is the wrong question, number 1. Start replacing your why questions with what questions. Instead of asking why, because why really gets you nowhere. Even if you knew the answer to a why question, where is it going to go? Where is it going to get you? So instead of saying, why did this happen to me? Why does he do that? Why? Instead of asking that, ask what? What can I do in the future to make this better for me? What did I recognize about myself here? What lesson did I learn? Start asking what. Why gets you nowhere. But if I'll tell you where that comes from. When you ask a why question, it comes from a place of, I would never do that. Why could he do that to my kids? Why could he hurt me this way? Why? The reason why you ask this why question is because you don't live there. You don't live in that space. You live in love. You live in empathy. You live in being genuine and authentic. That's where you live. They don't live there. They live in disingenuine. They live in liarhood. They live in abuse cycles. They live in emotional immaturity. That's where they live. You live somewhere completely different. So when you ask why, it's because you don't understand their situation, because that's not how your brain works. Their brain works differently. That's where that comes from, okay? So let's get that thing straight. The second thing is, if you want to know the answer to any why question, it's this. Because narcissists just don't care. Why do they neglect their kids? Because they don't fucking care. Why do they cheat on you and think that's okay? Because they don't fucking care. Why did he apologize but then totally flip the script and make me fall for him and then all of a sudden discard me? Because they don't fucking care. Pretty much every single answer to any why question that you have dealing with a narcissist is because they don't fucking care. And yes, the kids will suffer. Everybody around a narcissist suffers. A narcissist is that eye in the storm. That tornado's rolling around. They're creating chaos all around them. Everywhere they're creating chaos. And everyone around them is getting affected. Their kids, their loved ones, all their side supplies, their main supplies, their family members, their friends, their coworkers, their everyone. Everyone around them is being moved around in this tornado. And they're sitting in the middle of it going, the fuck? Absolutely not. Stay narc free. If you do want to get a narc free hat, you can go to the link in my bio and pick one up. I'm also a narcissistic abuse coach. I'm a certified life coach, but if you do want help in going out and stepping into the world and dating again, if you want help with an exit strategy, if you want help even just healing from narcissistic abuse, helping you recover from the trauma bond, if you want to be in a place where you feel self-expressed, if you want to find your purpose and your passion and start monetizing again because the narcissist made you suffer financial abuse for so long, whatever it is you're working with, that you're healing through, as a coach, I can help you. So if you do want to work with me one-on-one, if you're just coming in here, my name is Ro. I am a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a certified life coach. I can help you heal from whatever trauma you're dealing with. You can book a session with me. Go to the link in my bio and book one. I also just came out with a new journal, which is just a simple journal, aligned journal. I think it's a really important thing to do for self-care. And that's one of the 3 ways that we heal from narcissistic abuse. If you are wanting that, it's on Amazon. You can go to the link in my bio and find the link for that, for the journal. Thank you for being live right now, Shauna. Absolutely. I'm just waiting for my kids, so I have some time. And I'm doing my self-care, which is getting my Starbucks, because I was financially abused by the narcissist that I married, where I couldn't get a Starbucks without being accused of cheating. So now that I'm free, yeah, I couldn't get a Starbucks without being accused of something. I couldn't buy $5 cheese while he was spending thousands of dollars a month on escorts. And I have absolutely nothing against sex workers. I just feel like I was being victimized and financially abused and couldn't buy $5 cheese while he was going outside of our marriage, spending money on escorts. So now that I'm free, I buy whatever the fuck I want. And do I sometimes have CPTSD and triggers from buying stuff and wondering if I'm doing the right thing? Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because I'm free. And let me tell you something. Every single day in freedom is sweeter than any day you ever had with that narcissist. Even the worst day you ever have, the worst day on the side of freedom, the worst day. I almost died of COVID last year. And last year I was in an intubator. I was in a coma for 8 days. I was in an ICU for 18 days. I literally had my oxygen below 40% when they found me in my condo. And I almost died. And my body felt like I was in flames, like I couldn't breathe. I wanted to die. I literally was like yelling out, code blue, thinking it was me. I was senile. I was hopped up on every single drug. It was the worst pain I ever felt, and I did not expect it because I didn't think COVID was that bad, but I got a really bad case of COVID pneumonia, and I literally almost died. And I'll tell you, that was even better. That was still far better than my wedding day. Because your worst day on the side of freedom will still be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. I promise you this. Yes, it's in the past now, but it's a lesson to me that when I was trapped in that marriage, when I was trapped not being self-expressed, when I was trapped not having my voice ever heard or understood or being isolated, when I was trapped there, even the best days with him didn't compare to this side of freedom, even when freedom sucked some days. Living in poverty, not having enough money to buy food for my kids, being pulled in all different directions, having to lose friends and family members because of people that he's, manipulated to believing lies about me. All of that shit doesn't even matter because the most important thing was that I was free and I have the ability to be self-expressed. Do I have kids with him? Yes, I have 3 kids with him. Makes me emotionally sad for my past self. Yeah, but you know what? Your past self needed to come out over on here. Anybody who is free right now, you healed and you're healing your inner child right now. If you could tell your past self something, that person who was stuck in a really bad marriage, and a person who was stuck under the control of a narcissistic parent, a person who's been manipulated by a friend, if you could tell that person something, what would it be? What would they say? What would you say to that person? I'm struggling today with no contact with my narcissist, of words of encouragement. You can do this. You can do this. This is temporary, okay? You deserve all that is good in the world. No contact is a boundary for you. Keep up the great work, Ro. Yes, Chris, thank you for coming in. Get your content creation going. Anybody else have any words to say? Where are you? Becca. It's okay to be struggling. No contact is really hard to keep. No contact is a boundary for you. Some days are going to be good and some days are going to be really shitty. And that is okay. That feeling in your gut is valid. Walk away. You deserve to stand up for yourself. Yes. How do you break free from them when your gray rock method isn't working? What do you mean it isn't working? Can you explain that a little bit more? You don't need him. You need you. You cannot love a toxic person and love yourself at the same time. Okay? So you have to choose you. You have to choose you. Do I think they're possessed? Well, you know where narcissism comes from? It comes from a lack of emotional development as a child. No contact is hard, but it is the best way to go, yeah. So, are they possessed? I mean, are they conditioned from their environment? Yeah. Is that being possessed? Maybe. But a narcissist they weren't able as a child to identify their feelings, feel their feelings, and regulate those emotions. They weren't able to do that. Their parents or whoever was in their guardianship would take a look at them and just be like, "You're okay, you're fine." And to the mega extremes, these children who grew up to be narcissists, they had to draw inward because they couldn't rely on the external. They couldn't rely on the outside world. They couldn't rely on their parents. They couldn't rely on their teachers or their babysitters or whoever their support system was as they were growing up. They couldn't rely on that. If you do want a hat, thank you. If you do want a hat, it's linked in my bio. If you look at how narcissists grow up, and they are not able to look at their parents and go, "Hey, I'm sad." And their parents just go, "Well, you're fine." "No, you're not sad. Here, have a candy bar. You're fine." They don't know what to do with that emotion. They had no training or any type of encouragement to regulate it. So they can't rely now on one or both parents. They have to look inward, and they have to start shifting their reality. They turn to gaslighting. They turn to narcissism. They go inward and they become self-absorbed. And this is where the self-importance and the special and unique behavioral traits come into play. As they get older, as a narcissist gets older, the more and more they are not able to receive their own feeling and label it and feel it, They start to project all of those unmet feelings onto other people. They start to tell you you're in a bad mood. Have you ever had a narcissist walk through the door and say, "Why are you in such a bad mood? What's with that look on your face? Are you on your period or something? Did you forget your medication today? God, you're in such a bad mood." And you're like, "What? I literally am just sitting on the couch reading a book. What the fuck are you talking about?" "Oh, and now you're going to get mad at me because you don't even know that you're in a fucking bad mood?" It's because they're in a bad mood and they have to place that bad mood onto you because they have never been taught how to identify their own mood. They're so uncomfortable with their own feelings. They have deep shame for not even knowing who they are. They're completely unaware of themselves. Despite this idea that narcissists have like this really inflated sense of self, they actually have a real lack of self-identity. They don't know who they are. And they hate that part about themselves. They hate it. And this is why they pick up all your qualities and suck you dry and mirror you and try to become like you. It's almost like they're trying to be you. You know, they put on this mask that they pick up from all the people that they meet in their lives to try to create an identity because they actually don't know who they are. What's your problem? That's how it starts. Why are you in a bad mood? Exactly. You totally see this all day. He continues to manipulate, break protection orders, and intimidate. Grey Rock isn't working. Yeah, I know. Anna, I would suggest booking a one-on-one coaching session with me because I could help you identify exactly what's happening in your situation. It's really hard for me to give you something general here. Grey rocking doesn't work for everyone, but grey rocking can work in certain aspects, and maybe a new method of grey rocking can help, or even just trying to remain low contact. All grey rocking is try to diminish this intensity that a narcissist is trying to do to get you into this place where you might lash out or you might snap, and then now you're a victim of reactive abuse because you've snapped. So grey rocking takes a situation from up here and just brings it down here. If that is not working, I can help you with different strategies, but I would suggest booking a one-on-one coaching session with me if you go to the link in my bio. Yeah, most of them are completely insecure. Why are you making that face? Oh my gosh, Elle. So my ex used to say this to me all the time. Why are you making that face? What's with that face? And I would say, what face? And he would get so mad at me for not knowing what the face was. You do this thing with your face, Ro, and it's like, right? This is what, like, I don't understand why you look like that. Like, you're obviously pissed at me about something. Like, no, I'm not. Okay, well then what did you do wrong? You did something. You did something. You're fucked up about it. What is it? And he would poke and prod and poke and prod and poke and prod and get up in my face and get me all riled up and trying to defend myself. And I'm like, literally have no idea what you're talking about. You obviously did some shit because I could tell it on, I could see it all over your face. You're guilty. You're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty. And I'd be like, guilty for what? Then, you know, what happens in that moment is because we're empathetic and we're also trying to reason. We're sitting there trying to figure out, what did we do? And remember, in the past, we got in trouble for buying $5 cheese. We got in trouble for getting Starbucks. We get in trouble for laying on the couch and relaxing. We get in trouble for taking too long in the shower. We get in trouble for loading the dishwasher a specific way that we weren't supposed to. You know, we get in trouble for getting the wrong deli meats for the sandwiches, right? We get in trouble for all this shit. So of course we're going to sit on that couch with our face trying to figure out what we look like and what we might have gotten in trouble for. Literally thinking that we did something wrong. $2.50 Red Bull, putting gas in the car. We get in trouble for absolutely everything. So think about that for a second. How are we supposed to know what we did wrong when everything we do is wrong? Right? So if they accuse us of doing some shit that we did wrong, we're actually going to think we did something wrong. Is there levels in narcissism? There isn't levels, I wouldn't say. There are different types and styles of narcissists. If you want to read an amazing book that's linked in my bio, if you go under books recommended by Coach Ro, I would take a look at Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft. it is geared towards angry and dangerous men, but it isn't, you can use some of the parts of the book to women. If you have like a narcissistic mom or a narcissistic wife or girlfriend or whatnot, you can use the same ideologies, but it gives you a lot of different types of narcissists or a lot of types of angry and toxic people. But it is written by a man about men. So Lundy Bancroft, Why Does He Do That? Linked in my bio. I would read that book to get started. Another really good one is Psychopath. People are still here? What? You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging around. My phone went hot in the car. You guys are so awesome for staying. My phone went hot in the car and it shut down because it was too hot. So Excuse me. So yes, I love that you guys are still chatting. Amazing. So, bless you. Thank you. So where was I? So this is the book that I suggest everyone get. Why does he do that? Hold on, let me flip this. This is the book that I suggest everyone get. Why Does He Do That? By Lundy Bancroft. Inside the Mind of Angry and Controlling Men. This one will help you. The temperature outside is, I don't know, but it's not even that hot, actually. So I'm not even sure why that happened. But there is a webinar that is coming up on November 10th that I'm going to be a part of. We're going to be interviewing Sandra L. Brown. Yes, if you go to the link in my bio, you can find the link for that book. This book right here, Women Who Love Psychopaths. Again, inside the relationships of inevitable harm with psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists. This is a really good book. And the author of this book, Sandra L. Brown, is going to be on a live webinar with me and Dr. Carrie McAvoy and some other people that are in this community talking about pathological love relationships. She also wrote the book, How to Spot a Dangerous Man, and the webinar is called How Could I Have Fallen for a Dangerous Man? It is linked in my bio. So if you want tickets for that, is on November 10th, and you do get a replay of that book. Any books for men with narcissistic wives. So Psychopath Free is a great book for men to read as well. And any of these men, actually, any of these books can be interchangeable. It's not just about men. It is written about men because it's written by women. This one's actually written by a man, but he did study men, and that there's just different statistics, but the behaviors are the same. So you can read any of these books and apply it to your situation. 3:30 my time. Is it 3:30 your time right now? Would your narc ex punish you if you didn't feel good or not up for intimacy? Give the silent treatment. Yeah, absolutely. There is another really good webinar by my friend Lisa Sani, is Stronger Than Before. If you go to the link in my bio under resources, you can find her webinar about sex, Isn't It My Right? And she talks a lot about sexual coercion in relationships. It's 11 o'clock here. It is 1 p.m. here. I'm going to be on for another few minutes. I just wanted to come back on and say thank you for hanging out. The Body Keeps the Score. Amazing book too. Soothing and a bit intense. Yeah, I have that book. I have that book somewhere. Hold on, let me show that book. Yes. Besser van der Dolk, which is, oh, you're so welcome. This is a good book too. Hey, Jakey, what's up, my friend? Charles, this is a really great book for really understanding what goes on in your body and how to heal from trauma. Any type of trauma, even emotional abuse, can cause a lot of harm and long-term effects to your body. One of my favorites. I'm going to show you all the books. We're going to do a book tour today. This one here, Psychopath Free, Recovering from emotionally abusive relationships with narcissists, psychopaths, and other toxic people. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Another one for anybody who's co-parenting. If you're co-parenting with a narcissist, or if you're trying to co-parent, to me personally, I don't believe anyone can co-parent with a narcissist. I believe it's pretty much impossible because all they want to do is counter-parent you. And divorcing a narcissist can be completely draining. It's almost impossible. It's total war. This book really saved me when I was going through my divorce. So, Will I Ever Be Free of You, Carol McBride. This one is also linked in my bio. So if you do want to read a book that can help you navigate a high conflict divorce and heal your family, especially if there's kids involved, this is a really good one to kind of go through. And all of these books, with the exception of Body Keeps Score and Women Who Love Psychopaths, are linked in my bio. Sorry, my mirroring. Question, why does an ex contact when his family dies then disappears? Why does an ex contact when his family dies and then disappears? I'm not sure the context of that question, or where, I mean, a lot of the times narcissists will do kind of like things that don't make any sense to you to get your attention. If you do want a little bit more of an accurate like description and some clarity on your specific situation, I really would urge you to book an appointment with me and book a coaching session with me, and I can help you kind of figure that out with a little bit more detail than just the text in this chat, because gosh, they do the most insane things to get you to react. They will say the most outlandish things. They'll make up lies about you. They'll use specific scenarios like a death in the family. They'll use they'll sometimes even fake illnesses or medical attention just to try to get your attention. And they do this so that you could ask these questions and try to like defend yourself, try to make sense of all the madness. What do I do to guard against flying monkeys? Block them. If you believe someone is a flying monkey, block them. For me, I would just get rid of them. Anyone who believes the lies that narcissists tell about you, flying monkeys do the bidding for the narcissist. They're there to abuse you so that the narcissist doesn't have to get their hands dirty. They're there triangulating information to you. A flying monkey is somebody who falls into the charms of the narcissist and basically does the bidding for them, right? That person or those people who are banning against abusing you or just sticking up for the narcissist are not people that you want in your life anyway. So for me, I would block them. You cannot reason with an unreasonable person. And if a narcissist has basically brainwashed a person to become a flying monkey, you won't be able to reason with them either. Just ignore them. Don't read anything from them. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I'm back. For anybody who left because my phone because I disappeared, it's because my phone went too hot. So it stopped the live, but it didn't end the live. That's interesting did it just go pause? Is that what happened? Makes sense. 3 weeks, no contact on Thursday. I'm so proud of you, Rhea. Oh my gosh, guys, can we give snaps to Rhea? Anybody who's able to maintain no contact for even one day, every single day is a celebration. It was just loading. Oh, okay, awesome. They will feel it as soon as they're in an empty space. Yes, exactly. Thank you. It's weird when people we both knew suddenly start sharing their content, right? Right? And so these are the things, yes, snaps for you, girl. These are the things we have to remember when we're putting ourselves first. And this is one of the things I wanted to say earlier on, is that there's 3 ways to heal from narcissistic abuse. 3 ways to heal from narcissistic abuse. 1, community. Get a sense of community. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a coach, and I want to help you heal from narcissistic abuse, teach you all the ways that narcissists like to use tactics on you to make you feel confused, frustrated, hurt, stressed out, painful, all of the above. So number one, community. Get with your people. Find out who your people are. I have created a few little groups of community with your help. This community right here, being in these lives, really helps you just kind of feel that sense of camaraderie, that sense of, you used to be isolated when you were with a narcissist, right? And just have a sense of comfort and a sense of community will help you get through it. If you want to join my Facebook group, I have a Facebook support group called Rollercoaster of Love, Inc. You can go to the link in my bio. Right under what's new and all the little links, you can see join Facebook group, and you can join that group. I have an amazing group of moderators there that will welcome you in, and everybody there is free to share. It's a safe space for you to share what you're feeling, and maybe even meet some other people in the community that are like-minded and that are maybe going through what you're going through. So if you do want to join that group, that is there. I also run a group coaching session every month. The next one is October 23rd. I think it's halfway sold out. We usually sell out every time. So if you do want to buy tickets for that, it is a drop-in ticket price of $25. It's 90 minutes. It's completely confidential. You are able to share if you want to. There's usually a topic. There is a topic every month. And we usually get everybody to just share in a group. And one by one, you can share what you're going through. You can share what you're struggling with. You can share your thoughts about the topic that I've selected. I facilitate it, and it's on a Zoom call. You can go to the link in my bio and book that ticket for October 23rd. It's at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And there's also the Narc app, narcapp.com, which is a community of people that's been created by Ben Taylor, Raw Motivations, who's a self-aware narcissist on this platform. I've written a course called Healthy Dating After Abuse that is on that community and within that platform. So if you do want to join that community, there's a lot of groups that you can join. Being a part of community is going to help you heal from narcissistic abuse. That's number one. Number two, education and knowledge. Learning what the fuck you've been through. Learning why you got stuck here. Reading books like Psychopath Free. Will I Ever Be Free of You? The Body Keeps the Score. Women Who Love Psychopaths. Okay? Why does he do that? All of this is education. Following someone like Dr. Ramani on YouTube. Learning things on my platform, as well as other people. The Narc Avengers, which is a group of people who are helping you heal from narcissistic abuse. Look up narcavengers.com. We have meet and greets. I'm going to be meeting some of my followers and other people who have been on this journey with me in November in Toronto. There's also another meet and greet coming up in Austin this month. Go to narcavengers.com for more information on that. That's knowledge and education, learning about what you've been through. And the third thing, and probably the most important thing that we need to do, is self-care. Self-love is really the subtitle of self-care, but self-care is how we do it. Love is a verb. Okay, guys? Love is how we show up for ourselves. A narcissist is really good at telling you they love you, but they don't follow it up with actions. We no longer have to listen to what people say. We watch what they do. And the same goes for us. We can't actually go to ourselves in a mirror and say, I love you, Ro. I love you today. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to show up for ourselves in love. We actually have to show ourselves that we love ourselves. How do we do that? We perform acts of self-care. If you are stuck on how to perform acts of self-care or what you can do to practice self-care, I have a digital download called 31 Ways to Practice Self-Care. You can find it in the link in my bio. But self-care is just showing up for yourself. Self-care is just doing something for you. You could sit and watch your favorite show on Netflix. You could spend time with your pets, your family. You could spend time in nature. You could go for a drive. Yeah, you can get your nails done. You can get a Starbucks coffee. Whatever it is for you. Of course you do. Whatever it is for you, right? Self-care is really important. And if you do coach with me, I give you an extra little tip to help you really practice self-care in a space of love. Anybody who does work with me, any of my clients, don't share this tip, okay? But it is a really important tip, and it'll get you to that next level of self-love. Shopping, yeah. Journaling. If you are into journaling, I do have recommended journals that, and I'm going to save mine for last, but I do have recommended journals that are on the link in my bio that I do suggest we go when we're journaling. If you want a journal workbook, or if you just like to journal, my friend Trey Delator, It Was Like Trey on TikTok, this is him. This is a really good journal for self-care, especially checking in with yourself week by week, day by day, to make sure that you're practicing self-care. So this is a good journal for that. Dealing with the trauma bond. I'm gonna have to flip the camera again. Dealing with the trauma bond and recovering through the trauma bond, and having a good 12 weeks of real reflection of recovering from this trauma bond. This is written by my friend Lisa Sani, Stronger Than Before. This is also on the link in my bio. She also has another one to the series, which is book 2 of the series for Self-Love Reflection Journal. And these are all workbooks that you can use to kind of help yourself get back to you. Ben Taylor from Raw Motivations just has a journal out too, Fantasy to Reality, that has some prompts and journaling. Okay, new here, welcome. And newest, and it's a pretty simple journal, but it's for you. It's for writing down your self-care. It's for writing down what you believe is your best attributes and your best behaviors, and being able to write down things that the narcissist did for you. I have a journal called the Rollercoaster of Love Healing Journal. Thank you for those, and thank you for subscribing. This one here is going to give you some space to write your freedom date, right? What a freedom date is, and just some of my quotes peppered in. Some of my quotes that are peppered in, and just a really simple journal with love as a verb on the back. This is also linked in my bio. It's brand new. I just published this on Amazon. Journaling is really important for your self-care, and I think it's really important that we do that. Thank you so much for subscribing. Anybody who does, hello, do you have all this book in your bio? Yes, the journal is in my journal. Okay, I have to redo this, flip this camera because I get so confused. My journal is in my bio. All the journals and all the books that I recommended are all in my bio. All the books that I recommended are in my bio. All the journals that I recommended from people in this community are also in my bio. So all of these journals are in my bio, including my new journal. And the link for group coaching, if you want to be part of group coaching, is also in my bio. The Facebook support group that you can join to be a part of community is also in my bio. So just take a look and you can find everything that you need there. I also offer one-on-one coaching. So if there's something you're struggling with, if there's something that you need support in, if you need an exit strategy, one of the things that I also specialize in is dating after abuse, and what that looks like, what that feels like, how to understand the red flags, how to create some emotional boundaries for yourself so that you can step out into the world and find the love of your life, to find somebody who you deserve, to be able to recognize that there are good people out there. If you're ready for that, because you do deserve all that is good in the world, I can help you reach that point where you can go out and date again. And then there are people who are just dealing with the trauma of narcissistic abuse. I can help you with that. I offer one-on-one coaching in 30-minute or 60-minute sessions, but I also do packages, and I also do text packages too for people who are maybe going through something that they need support right away. It's like having a best friend on the other end of your phone that understands what you've been through. So if you are interested in working with me, you can go to the link in my bio and check that out. And anybody who does want to subscribe, now's your chance before I end the live. It tells me that, the more subscriptions I have tells me that I do need to be live more, and that I do need to have these sessions a little bit more, and that, what we're sharing here is helping, I want you to know that it helps me heal as well when I share this. And you're so welcome, and welcome from Australia. Thank you so much. I find that the two go hand in hand, dating and narcissistic abuse recovery, right? Because we can't avoid narcissists. They'll show up in all sorts of ways all the time. We can't avoid it. So it's important to know what to look for, important to know what the red flags are, and important to stay true to who you are and to be able to trust yourself again. Thank you, Christy. It's Cassie. Girl, how are you not a mod right now? Oh yeah, you are. Why doesn't it show up that you are? Weird. Reason, you're a moderator, right? Yeah. Weird. You know, the thing with, okay guys, I'll leave you with this. The thing with narcissists and dating is that it does show up that you're a moderator. It just doesn't show up your little thing. It says moderator. So it was so nice to meet you today as well. I want to leave you with one thing. When we're out there dating, guys, girls, when we're out there dating in general, we cannot avoid narcissists. They're there. They're out there. And they're really, really good at what they do. They're really good at manipulating you. They're really good at making you believe that they're a victim of narcissistic abuse or a genuine person, or they're really good at pretending. And we could fall prey to them very easily, very simply, just because we're empathetic, just because we have kind hearts, and just because we see the good in people. I don't want that to deter you from trusting yourself and going out and living this amazing life and stepping out into the world of dating again, or understanding what you've gone through, what you've been through. I want you to remember that your picker isn't broken. Your heart works, and it's okay to be in that space. And when you see it and you find out somebody isn't for you, I want you to have the ability to cut them off, to get rid of them. Okay? Now, wait, before I leave, I think I know what this is at the door. Oh my gosh, okay. Before I leave, because I do have to get my daughter, I know what this is. And because I know from the shape of the box. Hello. Let's open this up. It's kind of funny how I can do this with my nail. Guess what this is, guys? You know what I need? A letter opener. So along with my narc-free roller coaster merch that you can find linked in my bio, so you can get a cool hat like this, but you can also get cool coffee mugs. And you guys ready for this? Ready for this? This is nice. There's Rollercoaster of Love ones too, so if you're not into the narc-free ones. I saw you on the live the other day. Oh my god, it was hilarious towards the end. Oh my gosh, which one? I don't know. I go on lots of lives lately on my other account. Guys, stop. Is there a straw that comes with it? Ooh, there is a straw. Ah, okay, this is pretty, guys. Okay, check this out. Hold on a second. Unmirror. Check this out. See, and it's raised up. Narc free, narc free, narc free. Isn't that pretty? So it's like, it's got like you can close it. And then it comes with a stainless steel metal straw. Isn't that nice? And it is dishwasher safe. believe. Sure. Doesn't have any info on it. So you can get these ones. You need this. So go to the link in my bio, narc free. Narc free. Go to the link in my bio. You can get these tumblers. I have narc-free tumblers. I have Love is a Verb tumblers, as well as Rollercoaster of Love tumblers. So there's 3 different designs that you can choose from, but they're all these types of tumblers with these straws attached. Go to the link in my bio. Oh, go to the link in my bio under merch. And you can go to the link, and it's the very first, I think it's the second link. So the first link is my journal that links you to Amazon. The second link is my merch with the hats, the shirts, and the hoodies, as well as the tumblers and the mugs. And I mean, isn't that cute? Oh, and SJ's in the house. She got one of the mugs, the narc-free mugs. But I think these tumblers are just so darn cute. Aren't those nice? I can't afford coaching, but I love the affirmation that I'm not crazy. You'll always get validation here, Amber. And whenever you're ready for coaching, if you want it, I'm available. The tumbler's really cute, isn't it? Narc free. Narc free. And it's like, you can do it with a straw or without the straw. Stainless steel. I think that they're sweet. They really came out nice. So now I have to get a Rollercoaster of Love one and a Love is a Verb one. I would drink my water all day in this, baby. I know. I'm putting it in the dishwasher right now so that I can use it right away. But isn't that pretty? I think I love it. It is adorable. So get your merch. I really appreciate you guys. I do have to get my daughter now, but I want to leave you with this thing, this one last piece of encouragement and inspiration. I want you to tell me your freedom date. I want you to drop it in the chat right now. And this is something I love, love, love to celebrate. The second or third page in my journal explains to you my definition of what a freedom date is, and a little spot to put your name and your freedom date in the journal. So September 4th, 2019. Mine is November 15th, 2019. If you're struggling to leave, I want you to remember something, okay? Everything in life that hurts this much is temporary. What you're in right now is temporary. Narcissistic abuse fucking hurts. And it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt some more, and it's gonna hurt some more, and then one day it won't. One day you'll be out. One day you'll be free. I promise you, you're on the trajectory of freedom because you're right here in this chat struggling to leave. The pain is what's going to get you to change. Have hope. Hope stands for hold on, pain ends. Hold on. This is gonna end. And take a look at these freedom dates. Look how many there are in here. This is your sign that you will have one of these dates. I promise you, you will have one of these dates, and you'll be here in this chat or in some form and share it, and I will be right here celebrating it with you. I promise you. Okay? Look at these dates. Anybody who has a freedom date, okay, snaps to you. I'm celebrating your freedom because every single day on the side of freedom is way sweeter than being stuck with a narcissist, right? My website is so pink because I'm very pink. It's my Rollercoaster brand. So, narc free, and I appreciate you all for being here. If you do want to work with me, you can take a look at the link in my bio. If you want some Rollercoaster free merch or Rollercoaster narc free merch, take a look at it. And then you can rock it in our next group coaching session, which is October 23rd. So if you do want to join my group coaching session and you do have merch, wear it with pride, show up with your merch, and we can all celebrate that we are narc free and healing from narcissistic abuse. Thank you all so much for being here. Love you all. Have a good day. Bye.